example that are shown are of crypsis. Okay, and this is camouflage. Now, what is the difference? Now, crypsis is not dynamic, it is static. Okay, whereas camouflage is dynamic. In short, crypsis is matching with the background. It's true, but the thing is, crypsis or the cryptic individuals cannot change their background or cannot change their structure. Okay, so when this leaf gecko appears like a leaf only when it is on a dried leaf. Okay, it appears, it conceals itself very good, but when it goes to a green area, it cannot change back to a green organism. Okay, that is crypsis. Crypsis is hiding or blending with the background. Okay, so that sort of interaction is called cryptic, whereas camouflage is changing with the background. Crypsis is blending with the background, looking like the background. Camouflage is blending as well as changing with respect to background. So these cuttlefish, mimic octopus, and garden lizard, they change their forms or colors with respect to the background, and that helps in blending in with different environments. So that is sort of interaction, or that is sort of the response which is different with respect to crypsis and camouflage. So camouflage is also kind of crypsis, but camouflage is dynamic. So crypsis in and whole consists different kind of responses, or crypsis in and whole consists different kind of responses, where camouflage is one of the tact, but camouflage is more dynamic. Avoiding the predator can be achieved by disruptive coloration, that is coloration with different contrast to the background, so which is pretty common when you see in case of armies. So they use different kind of backgrounds and different kind of contrasting colors in order to match with the background. So this is a form of camouflage which helps organisms get mixed with the background by using different contrasting colors and specific outlines. Okay, then there is counter shading. Counter shading where the upper surface is dark and the lower surface is lighter. So that sort of shading helps them get evaded from upwards as well as from downwards. Then there is counter illumination, where few squids use bioluminescent bacteria, or sometimes some organisms, some animals also use fireflies in order to counter illuminate. So they appear like there are stars in the above, so they appear like the sky where they attack the prey. And then there is self-decorating. It is very interesting. You can see the self-decorator crabs. So these crabs actually use different kind of objects around them to find and attach to the setae. So there are small hair like particles where they attach all the things, all the corals or the whatever the things they find around their regions, and look like their background. So it is self-decorator crabs or self-decorating. Then there is cryptic morphology, as we talked about. Cryptic morphology or cryptic adaptation, where animals look like their background, they adapt their morphology according to it. Okay, and then there is adaptive coloration, where organisms change and adapt and modify their colorations or sometimes morphology like patterns, shape, in order to become same with their background. So octopuses are pretty common, where they change their morphology. Some appears like a star, some appears like a bundle, some appears like a squid, some appears differently. So all this sort of interaction, sometimes they appear also like corals. So they change their morphology to blend in with the background. Sometimes they change their colorations, sometimes they change their patterns, body patterns. So that sort of interaction or the responses are called adaptive coloration. So it is very fascinating to see different kind of interactions or responses that happens, and you can eventually see that and find that you have been seeing that in different kind of Discovery or National Geography or that kind of documentaries where animals are interacted